Yo, my name is Freund and I'm a professional tennis player. In today's video, I'm competing for some glorious ATP points, which I desperately need in order to reach my goal of playing in a Grand Slam someday. In order to play in a Grand Slam, I need to have a singles ATP world ranking of about 230 in the world, which I need about 269 ATP points, which is a few more than I currently have right now. But I can also make it to a Grand Slam in doubles if I get to an ATP doubles ranking of about 80 in the world. And for that one, I need about 1,033 ATP points. Just a few more than I currently have right now. Yeah, this tournament I'm playing in right now is where I'm playing for this many points. So I just need to win about this many of these. And yeah, then I'll play a Grand Slam. So easy as that. But yeah, hope you guys are excited as I am, ready to get into these matches and see if we can get some ATP points. All right, so in this match, I'm taking on a Portuguese guy named Diogo Marques. He actually went through qualifying as well, so he's gone through, won 3 matches here already. So both of us should know the conditions pretty well right now. And obviously, as you can see, he's lefty, and he has a pretty big swing. Same thing on the serve and forehand. Like, he has a very big swing, but last second, he can really kind of like just snap it. As you might have seen there, like on the first shot, he kind of went slow and then just boom, just slapped it down the line. And obviously, being a left-handed, I feel like we both kind of have a very, very similar game plan on these courts that are pretty bouncy. You can see here him just trying to work me with these like higher balls to my backhand side, kind of locking me in. You see here, especially like these balls just constantly kind of working me there. And as soon as he changes direction, it gives me the opportunity to try to find his backhand there. And yeah, he misses that one. So we actually have 2 break points here to kick off the first game here in this match, but good serve by him. And then I think I missed 2 returns in a row, so that was very, I mean, good that I have the opportunity, obviously, but I feel like I want to do more, especially having break points like there in the start of the set or the match, just having opportunities to kind of pressure him straight away. But I don't take my chances there. And he ends up coming up with a great lob here in the first game, just kind of showing off that he has like pretty calm, like coming up with that lob there is a tough shot and showing he has pretty good hands. And as I mentioned, like, he is a little tricky to play against because it's kind of hard to find rhythm against him because he swings pretty slow and big, and then last second can just snap it every now and then. But here in the second game, obviously always a little difficult after having opportunities there in the first game, but it's just so important to get back to the game plan, not do double faults like that, down 15-30 now. And yeah, good job there. I really like the way I step up to that second ball as soon as I get an opportunity short to really step up and take advantage of that, but come up with another double fault there, and all of a sudden we're facing break points here. My first service game instead. But I really like the one there. That's pretty much the game plan that I at least have for this match, is, you know, to try to find his back and preferably stretch him out there and come forward. But obviously it is very tricky in a match like this when we're playing like lefty against righty. Good job here, just coming forward. I'm pretty comfortable there. But yeah, just playing against lefty against righty with pretty bouncy courts. Both of us are pretty constantly going to be looking for the other one's backhand, which in retrospect makes, you know, the other guy kind of protecting his backhand a lot. So as I mentioned, you know, my game plan is to kind of try to come forward on his backhand. It's going to be a little tricky since he's often going to be in his corner a lot, if that makes sense. And yeah, I can see here just constantly trying to find that kind of angle of it all. And I actually noticed that I remember that he started doing a couple like serve volleys. I feel like he had a very good slice out wide there, as most lefties does. And yeah, I was utilizing that well. And every now and then when he would like sneak in with some serve volleys, it was pretty difficult to kind of like, I don't know, do a good return there, because he did such a good job of getting it out there that I constantly had to stretch out to the ball. And when you stretched out, it's very difficult to put in a good pace on it. So then we'll have to like kind of flick it low if it came forward. But then because he kind of fakes coming forward and not, so if I flick it low and it doesn't come forward, then all of a sudden it's a very good shot for him. And I'm completely exposed to the other side, obviously, because I'm being so far out. Like here, you can kind of see, yeah, I'm just like, big reason why I missed that return into the net is probably because I'm a little stressed out trying to do a little too much with it. But here, obviously, like having some opportunities with the court open up, go back to the backhand side there. Gonna try to come forward on the backhand side, and I really like this play when I get the opportunity to do this, because this is where I feel like I can get the most out of my game. But yeah, you see here one more time, just finding that good slice out wide, but I managed to finally get a good deep return and yeah, find the break there. So good job by me. They're not getting frustrated or like after having opportunities the first game and in the second game under a lot of pressure. But I feel like I'm doing a good job in this match of just like just staying focused, trying to focus on the right stuff and just having a good mindset. I think that was actually one of the things I remember from this match. I was in a very good frame of mind throughout the most matches, very focused, even though the shots and everything wasn't working perfectly. No matter what happened, I just kept on trying to do the best I could with every ball, every shot, and even though doing things like that with those forehands, but yeah, just sticking to the script. Yeah, good job by both of us. They're kind of just switching it up there as we're both protecting that backhand side as mentioned. And yeah, from 40 love here, all of a sudden to 40-30, and a double fault there to 40 all. Really struggling with my serve at this tournament, I must admit. And yeah, you can kind of see here, just now I get an opportunity to lock him into that backhand and mess that one up. Now we're facing break points here. So that's serve to the backhand. Not sure why I switched there, but maybe try to open it up to come back to his backhand side. Try to lock him in there and hopefully get a little shorter ball to step into. Just constantly, just trying to put pressure, and as soon as I see him maybe covering up a little too much, I try to be quick to take it earlier and kind of just hit it to the open court if he's protecting that backhand side too much, and preferably come in. But this is where it's so important on these bouncy courts to be a little disciplined, because a lot of times if it gets good depth, it's not too much to do on the ball. And a good job by him there spreading me out, and yeah, I was really working around these, trying to find forehands a lot of times, because I felt like when he locked me into a backhand with his lefty angle, it was very hard for me to go down the line to find a backhand. So he would just constantly get forehands as soon as I got one backhand. It's a good job by me there. I like that play. When I get an opportunity, I feel like I get him a little off foot to try to sneak in on shorter balls here. And you see one more time they're coming into that backhand side and just trying to be ready in front of him here. Kind of struggling to put the ball away, but yeah, finally managed to get that hold there to 3-1 after a pretty long game. But we're back to it here. You see me trying to get to that backhand, but just not putting enough depth on it. And yeah, he straight away just punishes me there. So I feel like you can probably notice it throughout this match that it's a very common theme. And mixing in some serve volleys there, he actually he had pretty good hands and did a good job there of just, I don't know, putting a lot of pressure on me, just mixing it up there, so I never really feel comfortable that I can just constantly put deep balls in, because when it sneaks in the serve volley, obviously if I hit a deep return, it's going to be a pretty nice first volley to get for him. But yeah, we both pretty much have our game plan, I feel like, pretty set, and it's all about execution. So you see here, he finds my backhand, and then straight away he just works that forehand, but struggling a little bit as well. I think we're both making a lot of errors here. Every now and then I feel like when we're finally managing to finish off any balls, it's really as we get to the net. Same thing here, just overcooking that shot a little bit too much. Good return there, finding that backhand. Let's see if I can just lock into it. Really working my way around that to keep staying on his backhand side. Really trying to find something there. But yeah, he finds my backhand, and then all of a sudden he has the upper hand here. And yeah, just see how he manages to flick over that one, so I'm just really getting pulled out. And you see here just constantly getting forehands, just waiting for an opportunity to get a little shorter one. So he could have gone line there, so you see me having to protect that one, and then that probably put me a little bit behind to miss the last shot there. So I got a little lucky there with the net court to stay in this game. Obviously a very long game there, and a great opportunity to kind of pull ahead. As you might have noticed, these first 4 or 5 games, I don't know how you call it, have just been very close. Pretty much all of them to deuce, I think. And yeah, it's just so important to not get stressed out of here. Just stick to the game plan and trust the process of trying to find opportunity here. Just constantly putting pressure on him to never let up anything, because as soon as he lets up a little bit, then hopefully I can just run ahead with it. But yeah, as I mentioned, you know, like just lock him into that backhand side. I try to sneak away from it with some slices here, which give me an opportunity to get into the direction that I want to be in here. But yeah, it's just such a cat and mouse game in this match, as you might see. Like, we're just constantly kind of moving it, but yeah, it's difficult to really put a lot of pressure from the baseline here, because yeah, as long as I like the little mix-up with a drop shot there by me, and then see if I lob here maybe, or yeah, it's a good play. Getting it back to do is just constantly showing him that I'm gonna stay here for as long as he needs. Good return, or a good serve by him there, and yeah, just stepping up to that. And so it's just very evident here that as soon as you get a deep ball, it just really neutralizes the point straight away. But yeah, I want to say I'm really successful coming forward so far. I feel like I've won probably 80% of the points that I managed to get forward. So it really is such an important just finding good depth here, and great job by him there, you know, just, and me as well, just kind of scrapping it and see if I can make this, and I actually make that one. We're still in this one. Look for that backhand. Hopefully get a little shorter ball here to try to come in, but just overcooks that one a little bit. And yeah, I managed to scrap that one out and get another break point here. Pretty sure I missed the first serve. That's why I just kicked in a little easier one there. So I get a good opportunity to try to neutralize these balls. And he has me locked into the back inside, but I really want to challenge him. Not try to go for like a panic down the line switch. Just really stay disciplined here, try to find good depth, and see if he maybe rushes a down the line shot, which gives me an opportunity to maybe get back to the backhand just like that. I don't know if you heard the referee, but I think the referee actually called the ball out, and then the line judge called the ball in, or maybe the opposite way, but either way, I'm pretty sure the ball was in. That's probably why I didn't really notice or think about it too much. But good rally there. I think I did a good job of forcing him to come up with a good shot there. Just really working around with my forehand, trying to find opportunities here. And yeah, we have another break point. But like, looking back at these tournaments, good serve by him there again. You know, with that slice out wide serve, it's just very tricky for me to get away from it in a way. And I remember, like, during this tournament, obviously there's going to be more matches that I'm going to talk through. Well, another break point, you see him start away with that. I'll get into it in 1 second. We just got to see this game here. But yeah, finally, after a lot of scrappiness, I managed to get a double break here. And I tried to do the same thing here with my slice out wide, and then yeah, pretty much do the same thing, overcooking the next ball. Going for that backhand, good deep ones, a little too good, missing that one. Like that, like, I feel like I stepped up and started hitting a little heavier these shots. I don't know if you know, like, yeah, missed pretty much all of them, but like on the previous forehand, I feel like I stepped up to a bit more. And that was the thing that I wanted to get into a little bit here, that I actually remember after this tournament and stuff, this is one of my first like tournaments in a while because of my injuries and stuff. I played some indoors in Sweden, but it's obviously very difficult, like different playing in indoors, and here is very bouncy. Outdoor courts is very similar to like clay courts almost. And like going from indoors and going like to where I know I want to improve my game, which is a lot like I want to take the ball early and like be aggressive with it. But here, obviously, when the ball is pretty bouncy, if you take it early and mistime it a little bit, it's very easy to just kind of lose control of the ball. And obviously me maybe not having the best confidence right now, not winning too many matches, not playing a lot of matches, it's very easy to hesitate a little bit. And if you hesitate on bouncy courts, taking the ball early, good job there getting forward, like, yeah, winning a lot of points there and got back here from love 40. But yeah, as I was saying, if you hesitate taking balls early on bouncy courts, then you're usually pretty screwed. I actually thought I missed that forehand, but apparently I made it, so I'm up here 5-1. Good shot there. I feel like I'm starting to hit the ball a little harder, as does he. You can see there like how like big acceleration it gets there. But yeah, really good shot by him. That like he really times the ball so well with that big swing and just just really good snap there, so it can kind of surprise you with how heavy you can hit the ball every now and then. But yeah, this is something that I'm constantly working on, you know, just being more comfortable taking the ball early, swinging through it. And when I take the ball early, I don't necessarily have to like hit that hard because I take so much time away. I can disrupt their rhythm so well. But like that one, I kind of like it, but I kind of like to like try to take it early. Like don't like these double faults though. I was really struggling with that. I gotta be honest though, there was actually a lot of people at this tournament that were struggling serving. But in this match, I'll show you the stats in the end, but I'm pretty sure I did like 12 double faults or something. A little spoiler alert, but it's not worked too well with the serve. And all of that obviously ties into the gameplay. Like if you're serving a lot better, like making a lot of first serve. Yeah, good job here at the net. Like you're constantly like, no matter how bad I'm playing, I always feel like I can do good job here at the net. But facing a break point here though at 30-40, had 2 break points against me. Putting pressure on that backhand side of mine, just trying to find some depth. Good swing there, I like that. And just trying to find an opportunity to get over to his backhand side. But yeah, both of us like, probably seen it, but yeah, it looks like we're just playing so similar, like constantly just protecting that backhand side, trying to find opportunities to change up the direction and hopefully get a shorter ball there to try to be aggressive on. But I like the little serve volley mix up here by me. As I mentioned, yeah, probably keeping at 80. Sorry, like 80-90% win percentage when I come forward. So that's obviously something I need to keep building on for sure. See here, having the first set point. And not a fan of that backhand. Just, I don't know, just pull out of that one. And yeah, so much about tennis though, it's just so much confidence, like swinging through and like accelerating through it, not like having a little hesitation, like a little stiffness when you're swinging through. It just affects like the whole control of the ball and everything. Like everything just kind of easily falls apart when you get a little hesitant. And that's why I feel like it's so important for me here, not having played too many matches, to constantly have the balls I get, like constantly just trying to do the right stuff. And I must admit, like I constantly kind of see it here, that I'm like going a little back and forth, being a little passive, like waiting for the ball to give me a little more calmness, like less stressful, because I'm not super confident, like taking the ball early. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit myself, which is something that don't necessarily prefer, because like that's when I'm more short-term focused, short-term oriented, because I know, because I want to win this match so bad. Obviously, like all the ATP points are very crucial for me at this stage, because I barely have any. So I feel like that's stressfulness. Yeah, ends up getting broken there to 5-3. Good job by him there, like snapping over that backhand. But yeah, as I was saying, that kind of like stressfulness affects me and makes me become a little more short-term oriented. So I'm kind of get back to my more old school, where I, managed to win a lot of matches against maybe lower ranked player very consistently, but I just had no chance against higher ranked players, because you can't just outgrind people in the 200-300s, but you can probably outgrind a lot of people in like the 800s pretty consistently. But that's where I just need to get back to a little bit where I want to be, just always playing the right way, even if that might make me lose a few matches here and there at this level, because at the end of the day, like obviously the goal is to beat the guys at 200-300s, not to beat the guys at 800. So just gotta get back to trusting the process. Almost took out my camera there. But yeah, I managed to break that one. Sorry, I lost count of it a little bit, but I hope you guys were watching it. But managed to get the first set there, 6-3. After getting broken at 5-3, it was a very good job, like holding that one, or breaking that one. So I don't have to. Good shot by him there. A little crazy point here. Coming forward, and yeah, usually win the points there. But yeah, good job getting that break there. I did not necessarily want to serve for the match there, 5-4 after averaging like 2 double faults a game so far. But as I was saying, like, good lead by him. Like trying to play that more aggressive, like taking balls early, kind of double fault there, of course. Kind of more aggressive gameplay. Obviously, a big part of that is serving well. You know, just constantly making a lot of first serves, giving you the opportunity to straight away have the upper hand. Don't like that ball miss. Facing a break point here straight away in the first game. But come forward and just survived that one, and still a deuce here in the first game. But yeah, making a lot of first serves is just, just really struggling with this serving here. Another double fault to another break point. Going forward, see if I can keep the volley streak alive. Just missed that back, and as I said, like with the forehand and the serve, like kind of like a big swing, and the last second you kind of just like snap it. And the same thing there on the backhand, like he can kind of hold it, and the last second, boom, just kind of flick it in there. So it's a little like that one. Just missed it though for me, and I feel like he's a player that if he starts getting into the rhythm and like confidence-wise, like choosing the right balls to go for those, he can become very tricky very quickly. But if you manage to kind of not really give him the rhythm all the time, by maybe taking the balls early and stuff like that, as I hopefully want to get better at, then you can usually manage to break him down a little bit. But instead, I feel like this match I just kind of fell into his kind of gameplay, where it's just mine, maybe like more comfortable gameplay that I played for a long time in my career. Scrap a point here, and then it just ends up becoming this. Just missed that one. This kind of like, I don't want to say 50-50 battle, but well, I decided to go for an underhand serve there. You can really tell that I was struggling with the serve. There's not a lot of confidence there. But yeah, it just kind of makes this match become a little more of a 50-50 match than I feel like it should be, to be honest. But good job by him there. See that? Yeah, good snap. Sorry, just a little tight in the throat here. But yeah, I mean, I do remember this match. I was very focused, like just trying very hard. But now, to be honest, like looking back at it, like I was focused, like really just in a good mindset, just fighting no matter what the score was, no matter being down or break. I was just constantly like fighting, just not getting frustrated at anything. But it's the fact that I'm like falling into kind of a little more passive gameplay here. Getting a little frustrated though. But yeah, just falling into this little more passive gameplay. And when I say passive over and over again, I hope you guys understand that that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm like just pushing all the balls, but it just means like more my positioning in the court is more passive, that I'm like constantly taking a lot of steps backwards, waiting for the ball to come down to me, which just gives me like a little more confidence to like accelerate through the ball. But I wanna, so I can win this. Oh, starting to lose these volley points as well, and not a good recipe here. But yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But as I was saying, you know, being a little passive, or being passive with my movement is the biggest problem I see here in this match. Yeah, I'm doing a good job. I like that when I try to like step into it a little bit and pay some dividends there. But if you just overanalyze this point here, for example, good return. I like that. That was pretty good. Like I was taking it early. No, I mean that happens, but that shouldn't happen. Double fault there. But yeah, let's see this point here. Good job there, taking it early, stepping into it. I like that. That's a good miss though, but yeah, a miss nonetheless. I'm trying to. I feel like I'm starting to like being on 2-0. Sometimes happens to me when I'm like losing, that I just get back to it because I feel like I need to, yeah, just step it up a little bit. Face the break point there, obviously, to go down the double break. Good job there. I feel I'm very confident that I felt that myself, exactly what I'm talking through right now, that needed to step it up a little bit because yeah, this guy's started to pick up his level a little bit. He's not doing as many errors as he maybe did in the first set there. So I'm not going to beat him by just, you know, staying 2 meters behind and like rolling in heavy balls. But instead I need to start like stepping into it, changing up the rhythm a little bit, stressing him out a little bit to hopefully try to make him lose his rhythm a little bit, as he starting to feel a little too comfortable there, to be honest. So I hope you guys understand what I mean though with the passive kind of movement that I've fallen into a little bit. And as mentioned, like, yeah, good job by him there. Like that's what I talked about, like with that slice serve and then sometimes sneaking in forward. It's a great play if you're a lefty, or probably a righty as well. Like just using that little mix up too. You can even take like a fake step forward sometimes, so people think you're gonna do a serve volley, because then usually most people kind of end up snapping over the return a little bit more to hit like a lower return. But if you fake that one and stay back, what ends up happening is that you end up getting a short return, you know, that you can step into on the first shot and come forward maybe, or put a lot of pressure on that one. And then if you stay back a few times, people usually start trying to hit deeper and deeper returns, and that's where we can mix in a little serve volley there. Good job on me there. Yeah, like that one, good coverage at the net. And yeah, if you sneak in a little serve volley there, they maybe get a little more hesitant at trying to find like good height over there. Maybe they do want to, you know, so it's the constant cat and mouse game with those returns, like high and low, and good depth, angles, and yeah, just trying to find those small stuff. But yeah, obviously the biggest thing for me here, and something that I'm working on, but it's easier said than done. Close call there at the baseline. He looked like he almost stopped playing there, to be honest. And but yeah, as I was saying, you know, I liked that one a little bit. Like stepping into that one probably was a big reason why he ended up missing that forehand. Like that I just stepped into it and took it a little earlier, messed up his rhythm a little bit with his what do you call split steps and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously the key factor that I know in my game right now that I need to get back to, get better at is the serve, because the game that I want to play in my service game is, in order for me to get the opportunity to do that over and over again, I really need to, you know, I really need to make a lot of first serves, and yeah, just to get that opportunity to be a little ahead in the point, because, you know, making a first serve or on second serves is usually going to be very neutral rallies, at least in these conditions. And sorry. I managed to get the break back there at least. So we're at 3-all here in the second set. But yeah, as I was saying, with just looking at it, like good high ball there to his backhand. I like the way like mixing up the higher ones, and then stepping into some shorter ones. Sorry, I really got something in my throat. Just watch some tennis a little bit while I try to fix this. It's just, I feel like I'm a little hesitant in my kind of like game style. Like I obviously, like, I feel like I know, but I'm just not trusting it completely. Yeah, did he make? Yeah, he made that. Good hands. It's a good ball. Under pressure here again after breaking back. So 15-40, 3-all. Obviously very important points, but it's just so important to do the right stuff no matter what the score is. Good job there. Like, it's a tricky ball. Like, I don't know. A lot of things can go wrong with that little drop shot. He came forward, put a good ball there. The small margin was over the net. Not sure why I'm going so much to his forehand right now. Maybe I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, I like that ball. That should hopefully give me a little shorter one. Good mix up there with a drop shot. Yeah, as you can see there, like I like the little pump up there. It's obviously a very key point there. And then a very good serve and volley there. I like these few points, and that's what I said. Like, I feel like I was in a good headspace in this match, no matter the score, like down 15-40 or something. Anything? I don't know. nose in. Sorry, I lost track there a little bit. But as I was saying, like, yeah, I felt like I was in a good headspace. No matter what happened, I just kept on fighting, kept on trying to try my best here, even though maybe I was trying the wrong stuff here and there because the confidence wasn't really there. But you know, it's a fight right now, and there's not too much opportunities to learn something new or learn how to make serves out of nowhere during a match. So just trying to get through this one is what I feel like I'm doing a very good job here of, you know, just fighting. Obviously a very key game here. Let's see if we can, yeah. Get a little fired up there because obviously, yeah, you feel these with as a lot of people, as you probably heard about, like momentum shifts and stuff. It obviously felt like that game was kind of a very important kind of momentum shift game because obviously I was down 2-3 break, managed to break back there to 3-all, and then a very long game, like where the match kind of like after being down break, it got back to 3-all, and the match was kind of leveled in a way, just hanging in the air there. So that's why that game there to 4-3 was obviously very key to kind of make me pull ahead all of a sudden, switching up the momentum. And yeah, you can kind of see here straight away at 3-4. A lot of pressure on him, love 30. Sorry, yeah, I guess he missed that one. I'm sorry with the camera angles here, by the way. Yeah, it was very difficult. I couldn't find any place to mount the camera actually. But yeah, as I mentioned, big momentum shift there. Like it's not a coincidence that I managed to break there after holding that long game to 4-3, obviously. But yeah, I don't know what to say. 2 double faults there to kick off the game with serving for the match is not something that I would advise on to you guys. But yeah, that's what I did. So obviously, yeah, talking about momentum shifts, that's for sure something that can break up your momentum a little bit. Like, yeah, being up there 5-3 in hindsight, obviously if I knew I was going to double fault twice there, I probably would have like just taken a little more marginals and made that first serve just to kind of put more pressure on him when I have such a good momentum, and yeah, just having a lot of pressure on him. But you know, when he doesn't even have to hit the ball to get ahead there, that kind of is just a free invitation to let him get back into the match. So down 15-40 here. Say the first break point there, a good point, like coming forward. I feel like every time I'm coming forward, I feel like consistently I'm just doing a good job, you know, hitting these good first volleys, finding angles. Yeah, just doing a good job there, which is obviously probably my biggest strength in tennis, like being at the net. Yeah, good job there with the little half volley there, getting back to deuce. So that's something that I obviously want to try to utilize and build into my matches more and more, coming forward like this. And yeah, get a match point now. And what do you know? This, yeah, the serving thing. Luckily for me, it's not that important. I kind of felt like he was going a little bit for me there. But yeah, I have another match point here. Yeah, obviously, like a lot of emotions, like in these matches, both are out there competing, fighting, and that's where I feel like it should be. Probably shouldn't like try to hit people. It didn't hit me there, but yeah, that's how it should be. You know, competitive. People are out here competing and trying to figure it out. And yeah, facing break point. I felt like it was a good play there, good serve, and I probably decided last second to come forward as I saw him being very stretched out. Same thing there, so twice in a row. I feel like I want to say that I did the right thing coming forward on those because I saw him being stretched out. But once again, as I talked about in the beginning of this match, like he kind of surprises you a lot of times with like. Didn't agree with that call, but yeah, that's what it is. They kind of surprise you a lot of times with a big swing, and then last second you can kind of just snap over it. As you might have seen on that break point, for example, had him full stretch on the forehand, came forward, and you couldn't even see him in the screen. But yeah, the ball just came out Mach 10 and just ran straight past me and got it back on serve here. So yeah, just back to 5-4, and then could be a lot more tennis to be played here. Obviously, like the match is far from over, even though I was scratching on the surface there at 5-3 serving for it. But, you know, doing 3 double faults in a game is not usually a recipe for success. And that's the bet I made, I guess. And yeah, just going back to the underlying theme that I talked about a lot, obviously, in this match is how important serving is. As most of you probably know, when it comes to tennis, it's a pretty important factor. Ooh, neck court there. And just missed that. That was a very key point, as I talked about with momentums and stuff. You really had an opportunity here to kind of pull ahead there. A 15-all, 5-all after say match points, then all of a sudden get up to 15-30. But yeah, I managed to survive that one, and I threw in the little underhand serve here, which finally gets me to hold. And yeah, you got to do what you got to do when you're hitting the double fault at 40-15. Just really struggling with the serve. This is something for sure that needs to be addressed as soon as possible, because that, it's not going to get me far doing that many double faults. Once again, they're like great play with that slice out wide. Like, it's so tough to do anything about it. Like, I remember in this match, I was experimenting with like trying to take it a little earlier and stuff, but because it bounced up so high, it was very hard, because it gets such a good angle on it. It gets like outside of me. So if I took it early, I just got outside of me and I couldn't put any pace on it. So instead, I'll just be in like forward into the court, angled outside, and unless I hit like a really good return, no matter how he hit it to the other side, I would be running backwards and just be under a lot of pressure. So I just kind of felt like the best bet for me was to move back and take the returns further back in the court. But yeah, you see here, get to tiebreaker here in the second set. Once again, that really good snap by him there. I think it just missed it out wide. And I just missed that one deep. But once again here, doing a good job of forgetting what's past. Like, I've had some match points here, had a lot of pressure on him. Good job there at the net. Just staying in the moment, focusing on what's ahead, just trying to do the best I can here, coming forward, sticking to that one at least. Doing a good job of just fighting, competing here. I feel like just not really being over frustrated. Just doing what I can. So obviously key point here, up 3-1 in the breaker. Comes forward a little hesitant approach there by him, I want to say, which gave me the opportunity to kind of dimp it down at the feet and finish off there. But yeah, he's winning a lot of points with that serve, and that was something I for sure struggle with. But a few little cheap errors here combined with me doing some good plays coming forward, really, and good little mix up there. Puts me up here 6-2. So with 4 match points, hopefully we can figure something out here. So that one, just missed that one wide or deep, and I liked that I was trying to step into it, but that's where you can kind of see that I was a little hesitant, that I don't know, ended up flicking it over instead of just like swinging through it if I wanted to go cross or down the line. But either way, managed to get the win there though. 7-6 in the second set. But once again, as I talked about, like, very happy though, if we look at the positives here in these matches. That's something that my coach is always on me, just trying to focus on the positive stuff. And I'm just very happy with it, even though the match wasn't going perfect, like very small marginals there in the first set. And then in the second set, obviously having match points, but I was down a break early, and I just kept on like competing, didn't get frustrated, just kind of stepped with it. And obviously there's a lot of things that I'm not as happy with, like first one for sure being the serve. I'll put in here how many double faults I did in this match. So obviously these serve stats is not where they need to be. And furthermore, I really need to get back to that confidence of taking the balls early, because I know I can do that. I've beaten some very good players doing that kind of gameplay and that game style, and I know that's where I need to get to in order to get it to the next level. And everything's a process, getting better every day here, but just trying to be a little more firm in that mindset. So obviously I'm very happy that I got the win here. 1 more ATP points in the bank, 1 ATP point in the bank there, which is obviously very valuable. But I want to say that I wanted to prefer myself to lose here, but like maybe taking some losses here and there just to trust and like focus more on the long-term process of it is something that I constantly need to work on. You know, just trying to step into the ball more, constantly pushing that barrier is what I really need to do in order to keep improving my game. Because I feel like when I play like this, I kind of stagnate my evolution or my process a little bit by just stagnating and just sticking with what I'm comfortable with instead of pushing myself to do what I need to do in order to get to the next level. And yeah, that's something that I need to consistently work on. But got the win. And if we focus back on here though, obviously winning the first round here, one more ATP point in the bank. Moving into the second round, I got a tough match ahead of me. I'm playing against a Ukrainian player by the name of Alexander Brainin. Very tough player. He's played a lot of good players. Plays very heavy, very tough. Takes the ball early. I actually watched him some before our match. So this match, I really need to step up and on all the things that I talked about, especially serving. Really needs to step up in a notch to in order to compete and have something to put up against this guy. So yeah, excited for that match. It's gonna come out very, very soon, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for sticking with me throughout this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Try to break it down as best I could. Let me know what you guys thought. Any tips for serving advice? They're more than welcome, obviously, after this display. But yeah, good match. One more ATP point. Moving towards the Grand Slam. just a few more left. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the second round. Ciao!